Hi guys, welcome back to Tech Samadhan. In the previous video, we understood the data visualization, why it's important, and understood that univariate variables data visualization charts. So, as I told you in the next video, you would understand multivariate variables. So, there are the two plots, correlation matrix plot and the scatter matrix plot. So, in this video, we will see what does they look like and what's use of it. So, basically, in the last video, we analyzed one variable at a time. But if we need to understand how multiple variables interact with each other, that's when multivariate data visualization comes in. In this video, we'll explore how to visualize relationship between multiple variables using correlation plots and scatter matrix plot. So these techniques are crucial for feature selection and data exploration in machine learning. So moving forward, if we try to find base ingredients for making a delicious cake, we would know how sugar, flour, butter work together to affect the taste. Looking at just one ingredient won't help. So similarly, in machine learning, we need to see how multiple variables interact to make better predictions. So we have two plots, as I said, correlation matrix plot and scatter matrix plot. To understand multivariate data visualization helps analyze relationship between multiple variables in a data set. So it's a multivariate. So multiple variable in a data set helps to analyze us. So this is a multivariate. So what does this multivariate do? So it helps to analyze multiple variable in data sets. Okay, fine. So moving forward, with this, it's useful for feature selection, detecting correlation. What is feature selection? Everything. I would deploy one project covering all these steps which I showed you in the first video for the machine learning. Once we are done with machine learning's like playlist, the last we will see how everything will get affected in one single project. Okay. So moving forward, the correlation matrix plot. So this is the correlation matrix plot. We have a simple code here that shows how strongly each variable is related to each other. What does it show? How each variable is related to each other. So the values is ranging from -1 to 1. So we have correlation plot. We have correlation plot. So it will show us the how variable is related to each other. Now +1 shows strong positive correlation. So there are some methods to understand. So strong positive correlation. Secondly, -1. So what does this -1 shows now? Strong negative, definitely strong negative correlation. And the last is 0. So what does 0 means? No correlation. Okay, fine. So we have a value ranging from +1 to -1, and this all it shows us. Now we'll move towards the code. Hope you understand what correlation matrix does. So it just finds out the correlation to show which variable is having a high or low correlation in respect to another. In the following Python script will generate correlation matrix plot. It can be generated with the help of this. So this is main ingredient in this cake which help us to generate this correlation matrix. This is the correlation function and which is applied on the pandas data frame. These are the pandas data frame. We have applied it on this. So df.c this. Now df is our pt dot data frame. Here we have done it as a panda data frame. And with help of matplotlib, we have plotted it. Okay. Now, how does this correlation matrix is a definitely a graphical representation of the pairwise correlation between variables in a data set. The plot consists of matrix of scatter plots and all the stuff. Now we'll see here. Now we will see how does this. So this is how our correlation matrix looks like. So from above output of the correlation matrix, we can see that it's symmetrical. That is bottom left is same as the top right. So bottom left is same as the top right. See here, zero point 0.7, zero point 0.7. Another one, this 1, 1, 1. So this is marked with red. Whichever is similar is marked with the same color. So this is how our correlation matrix looks like, or how it works like. So it works like by seeing the correlation between two variable, and how that correlation works I have told you. Between -1 to 1 we have the correlation. So see here, a coefficient of 1 indicates perfect positive correlation, where an increase in one variable is associated with an increase in another. So this shows perfect positive correlation. Then we have -1. So it is negative, perfect negative correlation, where increase in one variable. So what does this means? If there is increase in one variable, it doesn't apply it with increase in another. It applies with decrease in other variable. And coefficient of 0 indicates no correlation. So this is how our correlation matrix looks like. So here each data represent correlation coefficient between two variables. Now we will move forward with the other plot, which is scatter matrix plot. So I'm moving forward with the scatter matrix plot now. You have understood what the correlation matrix is used for, or what does it shows in the plot. Now we'll move forward with scatter matrix plot. Now this shows how much one variable is affected by another, or the relationship between them with help of dots in two dimensions. So scatter plots are very likely like a line graph in concept, that they use horizontal and vertical axis to plot data points. So in this following example, this scatter matrix, this is the function we have used on the pandas data frame as well. This is also used in pandas data frame only, and plotted with the help of now pyplot. This matplotlib.pyplot. Now this scatter matrix plot is also graphical representation of relationship between multiple variables. So it is used for correlation between features in a data set. And this plot is also known as pair plot. The scatter matrix plot, this is also known as pair plot, and it is used to identify correlation between two or more variables. So definitely each scatter plot represents relationship between two variables now. Now we will see how does this scatter plot looks like. So yeah, we will just run this and I will show you. Now this is how our scatter matrix plot or the pair plot looks like, which shows the scatter plot of each pair of feature in iris datasets. In the code we have loaded the dataset through iris. Okay. Now notice that each other plot is color coded according to species of each sample. So this is how our scatter matrix plot looks like, where each and it is also showing the relationship between two variables. So a scatter matrix plot, all pairwise scatter plot is displayed here of multiple variables in matrix format. Quick overview we will get it from the relationship. So its purpose is for exploring relationship between multiple variable in the data set. Okay, and the diagonal cells can display a histogram. See, this is a diagonal cell, and definitely they are displaying the histogram or kernel density of individual variable. We understood what histogram is. Okay, so this is what scatter matrix plot look like. So hope you have understood use of multivariate variable and the scatter matrix plot, why it's used. So each dot represent. Now the question arises how to interpret a scatter matrix plot, because it's quite difficult to interpret it. So each dot represents a data point here. So each dot is data point here. The upward trend, it shows positive correlation between features. So this upward trend, so we have positive correlation between the features. The downward trend, definitely negative correlation. And there are some random scatters. See, there is nothing but random. So there is no correlation. So you have understood the use of multivariate visualization, which are used to identify correlation between two variables. They are used to check for multicollinearity. Scatter plots confirm relationship visually. Color code data point when dealing with multi-class dataset. And scale variables if they have very high ranges. So these are some points to remember or best practices for multivariate visualization. So hope you understood how to use correlation matrix and scatter matrix plot to visualize multiple variables in Python. If you find helpful, hit like, subscribe, and comment. Multivariate analysis mastered. So we have closed with data visualization. Okay. So thank you.